Hey YouTube, Darren here. Gonna be kind of an update as to what all's going on. We're gonna play catch up and fix a couple of things. Before we do that, you guys know how it works. Let's flip around here, do some shout outs to some people that have subscribed to the channel. Let me see if I can hold you still and steady. Matt May, thanks man. LWDC, actually let's do it. LWD, Crazy Builds, thanks man for subscribing. Cool C78, thanks man. Alchemist Lair, thank you sir. Tool Ingenious, thank you sir. T Dirks 3721, thanks for subscribing man. Darren White, I know he's a genius because my name's Darren too. Thanks for subscribing man. The Outdoorsman 7, he's getting his channel going. He and I chatted. He asked me to mention him. Guys, if you would go to his channel, he's trying to grow it. Show him some love if you would. Mudfest Projects Rule, thank you for subscribing sir, I appreciate it. 67 Infield down there, thank you. And as always guys, take a look at Southern Off-Road Mowers on Facebook and post some junk or not. And my Googlers, guys, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for putting me in and forwarding me and all the good stuff that you do. I really appreciate it, because it's a bunch of crazy stuff and I never figured anybody would watch it. Okay guys, now we're back. Just a note, man, this is a freaking awesome afternoon, autumn day. Creeks flowing, sun shining, can't freaking beat it. But what I'm going to do today, and we will get started on it shortly, we're going to go ahead and get this carburetor cleaned up and get this thing squared away and back to Andy. The carburetor was acting up, that's why they didn't drive it much, and they brought it over here, put a new pulley on it, and I scrounged up some tires for them, make it a little bit faster. So now we're going to address the original complaint, and we'll see if we can't get this guy out of here so I can get this room spaced back in the shop. Okay guys, this is a Briggs and Stratton opposed twin. These are pretty good motors. They're not too bad, not too shabby. This is a commercial motor. I don't really know if that has any significance or is any better than the regular one, or if that means anything, but we're going to go ahead and get this carburetor going. These things are big. That's the best way I can say it. These carbs are big, and I don't have a lot of parts for them, but so I'll see what I have and see if we can get it fixed. Right now I'm taking a valve cover, I'm taking the air cleaner base off. There we go. And now that thing is about as big as a beer can. It's pretty good size. Let me get you leaned over to it here, and you can see I've already got it marked with my Sharpie, so I'll know where to get everything back on. And we're just going to clean it up and go through it. It would crank and run a while, I seem to recall, and then it would sputter and die out. So I'm wondering if it's going to be an adjustment problem, but regardless, we're going to tear it apart and soak it and clean it. Carbs are good carbs as far as I know, but looking at it from a different angle here. Fuel goes in here. This is a vacuum assisted fuel pump. It's on the front of the carburetor. You know, some of them, like on my V-twins, they're kind of like a little medallion that's stuck on the side, and it runs off the air from the crank, vacuum from the crank. Well, it's kind of the same thing here, but it's just attached to the carburetor. So I recall at one point having gone through this and cleaned it, but we're going to go through it again just to make sure the diaphragm and everything in it should still be good, but we're going to check it out because this new gas is really hell on these things. More to come. The air cleaner base was attached by 3 screws and they are either Torx heads or Phillips, or no, Torx heads or flatheads. And this right here, we're loosening this. This is 5/16, just so you know, and so you know what to have handy. I'm going to take this guy and just lay him over there. I've already marked it, so I know where to put it back to. And we all know it's going to go in this back slot here. The last hole, rather. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start removing it from here. So we're going to do it. Guys, we're about to take the carburetor off the intake now. There's going to be 2 bolts that hold this thing on that go through the spacer into the base of the carburetor, and those are going to be 7/16. Those are kind of long. Now I want you to see, I've got both bolts out over here on the side. You zoom this in right here, this little linkage. Pay attention to where this guy is and how it sets, and we're not going to lose this. There we go. That's just the base that came off. So there's the gasket. Make sure the gasket goes back on. We'll get the base and set it back on there. Now we got the carburetor off. Zoom this back out. This is the piece I'm talking about. It's a pain in the butt. It's going to go right there, and I'm just going to let it hang. Now we're going to take it apart. Let's get to the work table.